Hey guys, I just discovered a Samurai FTK or OTK card, or basically a combination of cards that allow you to OTK your opponent if you see the combo pieces in your hand. So the challenge for me was to build a deck so that I could see consistently. However, I was able to do it unsuccessfully, so I'm going to allow my community of people who watch my videos to come up with their own deck list to find out ways to be able to either turbo out the 3-card, 4-card combo that allows you to win the game. So I'm gonna go into the deck profile real quick, or the combo real quick, just to show you guys how it works. So this is gonna see how it works. So the combo pieces that you're gonna need for this is gonna be the at least 2 gateways. So if you're able to see 2 gateways in your hand and you're able to resolve it, then the next part, the third part of the puzzle, is to be able to normal summon any samurai monsters at level 4 or lower, so that you can proc the search ability. So being able to have 2 gateways with 1 summon allows you to search for anything in your deck, and it's not once per turn. So as long as you're able to remove Bushido counters from this card, then you can search for any 6 samurai monster and add to your hand. The other abilities don't really matter for the grand scheme of things, because you don't really need to know what the abilities do. So once this is the third part of your combo piece. The fourth part of your combo piece is after you're able to search for Grandmaster. So let's just resolve the effect for theory purposes. So now that the Grandmaster's in your hand, because you normal summoned a level 4 6 samurai monster, the Grandmaster is now in your hand. So what you're going to do now is special summon the Grandmaster, and then you're going to add 4 more Bushido counter, because each time 6 samurai is special summon or normal summon, it gets 2 counters. You're going to remove the 4 counters to add the second copy of Grandmaster to your hand. And then from there, the 4th combo piece of your hand is Mass Driver or Toon Cannon Soldier. But Toon Cannon Soldier requires another turn. So Mass Driver is the standard combo here, where you have 2 gateways. So the 4-card combo is these 4 cards right here to be able to FTK your opponent. So if you guys want me to demonstrate it, I'll show it to you guys right now. So once you have the Mass Driver out there, once you have this board right here, you're going to use the Mass Driver to tribute the Grandmaster to the field, from the field to the graveyard, and it's going to inflict 400 damage. You're going to special summon the Grandmaster that you search for after you special summon the Grandmaster, and then you're going to add the 4 counters again. Using the 4 counters, you're going to add either the Grandmaster from the graveyard to your hand, or you can add one from your deck. But you need at least the second Samurai, the second Grandmaster, to be able to be fetched. If you lose all your Grandmaster, this combo is impossible. So yeah, so let's say you search for the 3rd copy of this. You're going to use the Mass Driver again. You're going to tribute summon the Grandmaster, and then you're going to special summon the Grandmaster you search, add the 4, and then the 4 you're going to retrieve the Grandmaster from the graveyard, use the Mass Driver to tribute summon again. So you can sort of see the infinite loop that it's applying right here, and then you just keep rinsing and repeating until you have 8,000 damage or more, depending on what you play. So if you play upstarts, 9,000 damage, for example. But that's irrelevant. So this is the 4-card combo that you need. You need 1 level 4 or lower 6 samurai, 2 gateways, and a Mass Driver. Now, you could play, there are other ways to OTK your opponent without using Mass Driver. So this card could be a Toon Cannon Soldier, for example. And I do play the triple Toon Tables of Contents to be able to search for them. Toon Table of Contents does 2 things. It allows you to thin out your deck so that you could see your combo pieces. And then the second application is to be able to see this particular card, because Toon Cannon Soldier doesn't rely on having Toon rolled out. So if you are able to normal summon this with the Grandmaster out, let's say on the following turns, let's say you activate 1 gateway, right, and you do the normal summon, special summon Grandmaster combo, and your opponent goes after the Yaichi. The Yaichi has a substitution ability to be able to destroy the Grandmaster or any other 6 samurai instead of it, so it dies. Okay, so from there, you're going to search for the Grandmaster. So let's say you search for the Grandmaster here. Let's see if I can find the Grandmaster that I lost. So let's say you search for the Grandmaster after normal summoning, special summon the Yaichi on your first turn. Then you add the Grandmaster using the Bushido counter. So then from here, the Yaichi is going to stick. The next turn, what you want to do is special summon, special summon the Grandmaster. Oh, activate the 2nd gateway. So you can activate the 2nd gateway if you do draw into it. Special summon the Grandmaster, search for the Grandmaster. And you haven't done a normal summon yet. So if you do find a way to find 2 tables of contents, you activate it, normal summon the Tomb Cannon Soldier, and this is basically like a functional mass driver, except you have the normal summon. So you have to waste your normal summon in order to do so, and then you can just tribute summon the Grandmaster, and then do the rinse and repeat, just like mass driver. So it's very much the same combo, same number of cards. You need 4 cards. This Tomb Cannon Soldier is more searchable than it is to resolve Mass Driver. So Mass Driver is one of those cards that you can't search for, unfortunately, unless you play Gold Sark, which I do play Gold Sark in this deck list, but this is the standard way of OTKing your opponent. Another way is you actually don't need the second Gateway to 6, but it makes your combo a 5-card combo, so it's Exodia essentially. So in order to resolve this FTK, with doing the alternative route is to have 2 6 Samurai united next to your gateway, because every time you normal summon a 6 Samurai or special summon a 6 Samurai, you're going to be able to proc a search. So because these both United get only 1 Bushido counter, so if you summon a Samurai, then you get a Bushido counter on each of them, so you have 2, and they're going to get 2 from the gateway. So this will be able to allow you to proc the search effect that allows you to loop the Grandmasters. And then, of course, you're going to need to find a way to either normal summon the Tomb Cannon Soldier or activate the Mass Driver in order to win the game. So those are all the ways that you can win the game with this particular deck. I just haven't found a way for me to do this consistently, or if you do find a way that's consistent, you have to be able to survive against your opponent. And unfortunately, the Edison meta right now is really fast due to the fact that there is Value Turbo in this deck, Value Turbo in the meta. So I've actually only playtest against Value Turbo because I know that's the deck that can kill you the fastest, and it is also very popular in meta. And because Value Turbo is in the meta, a Greffer with a Value is 4,000 damage on their first turn. So you can't just ask your opponent, hey, can you not attack me for 3 turns? Because I want to be able to OTK you, because that's literally the problem with this deck is that although you're able to see your combo on the 3rd or 4th turn consistently with this particular deck build, you can't survive against your opponent because you can't ask your opponent to not attack you for 3 to 4 turns. So because of that, I'm allowing the community to figure out how to make the deck more consistent, but also being able to survive against your opponent is the other challenge of this deck list, this deck profile. But the idea is, because you play 6 Samurai United in this deck, to be able to draw a lot of cards, you're able to see your combo pieces, but it's very difficult to see the second gateway in this deck. So I tried playing the Morphing Jar package with the Thunder Dragon, so that I can play the Dark World Dealing and discard the Thunder Dragon. So the Thunder Dragon, in theory, would discard itself and then thin out your deck by 2 cards, which is really, really important for your combo pieces. And then if you activate Dark World Dealing, you're going to draw an extra card. I also paired it with Brow as well, so that I can neutral. So if you draw a card and discard Brow, then you're able to draw 2 cards into your deck and then keep the same hand size when you discard Brow. But oftentimes I found Brow to be very underperforming, because I would often sometimes see the Brow without seeing the Dark World Dealing or Card Destruction, which is another card I played as well, to be able to thin out my deck. So I try to apply the Dragon Turbo concept. However, because I'm not playing Dragon Turbo, that means that I have to play the because I'm not playing the Dragon Turbo engine. That means I can't see the Super Rejuvenation, so I won't be able to see my combo pieces really well. I've tried the Dragon Turbo variant, but I have to play too many cards in my deck that are unrelated to the deck. So maybe try Dragon Turbo and see what you guys can come up with to be able to see your combo pieces. But yeah. Another card that's part of your combo piece that isn't necessary, but also necessary because you're playing against an opponent, is Giant Trunade. So if you're able to resolve a Giant Trunade, that means that all your gateways are going to be safe from an MST or an Icarus Attack or Gemini Spark, or Solemn Judgment or whatever. Being able to resolve this card and then being able to do your combo, your OTK combo, is the idea. That's why I play the Trunade. I don't want to play Heavy Storm because I don't want to proc. I don't want to proc Starlight Road, because this card bypasses Starlight Road, which is why I play the Giant Trunade instead of the Heavy Storm. I play the one Allure of Darkness because I do play the Browse. I was also playing Iroh to be able to search, but Iroh is not a card that I want to play in this deck because I don't want to have too many normal summons in my deck to be able to play the game. But maybe Iroh should go back in because he is a 1700 monster that can clear like a Raikou, for example. So maybe in the future I'll put Iroh back in. But I'm gonna let the community to figure out how to build this deck more fluidly. And then I play the 2 Gold Starks because you are playing a combo deck that allows you to OTK your opponent. So the Gold Stark allows you to see your combo pieces. So it's kind of like a wild card that allows you to be the card that you need for the situation. However, you do have to wait 2 turns. So that's the challenge about this card, is that you do have to wait 2 turns in order for you to do something. So I'm not entirely sure what it is just yet. And of course, to play the 37 card combo deck, I have to play the upstarts, and then I play the Reckless Greed on top of that to be able to draw deeper into my deck and hopefully see my combo pieces. Reckless Greed is really a really dangerous card because you want to activate this card when you draw for turn and then not on your opponent's turn, because if you activate this on your opponent's turn, you're seeing 1 less card for the remaining of 2 turns. So Reckless Greed, although it is a very good card for combo cards to be seen, it's often very dangerous to resolve, especially in today's format. So if you guys are going for the more like mid-range option where you want to defend against your opponent, I definitely consider you should consider taking out the Reckless Greed from that roster so that you can survive against your opponent, but also being able to see your combo eventually when you're playing the grind game. But yeah, that's a deck list I tried to come up with for the FTK, but unfortunately I was unsuccessful being able to find a deck list that I could do the combo consistently. So I'm gonna let you guys to figure out how to do that combo. This deck theoretically does not need an extra deck or a side deck, but you can side deck if you want. If you guys want to do the smokescreen strategy that I try to do, where you just turn your deck from a OTK deck into like more of a mid-range option, go for it. But the thing about Samurais is like it's very low on the tier list for a reason, because you rely on so many different cards that you need in order to be competitive in the metagame. So I believe that the burn strategy is the way that Samurai should conduct themselves in the metagame in order to become a good deck. Otherwise, you have to find we have to find a deck list. Six Samurai has to find a way to be competitive. Otherwise, that doesn't rely on gateway. But that's just not feasible for this particular deck archetype. So I hope you guys enjoy the idea. It is, even if someone were to come up with a deck list that could make you see the cards consistently, but also being able to resolve it consistently is the other aspect of it. Even if it does become a popular deck, just know that there are cards that are anti-burn cards, such as Primaterial Dragon, Hanawada, and so if you're going to incorporate cards like Card Destruction in your deck list or Dark World Dealings, your opponent is also be able to see their cards closer, so they can see their Hanawada to be able to activate a hand trap that negates a burn, the burn effect for the whole turn. So yeah. So just letting you guys know that even though if a burn deck were to do really well in today's format, that would be a very what's the word I'm looking for? It would only be a very temporary thing, because once players adapt to a burn meta, then they can decide Hanawada, which is searchable by Sangan, etc. So there's no need to worry about metas changing where when people find combos like this, where you can OTK your opponent on the first turn or the second turn or third turn or fourth turn. Yeah, so that's my deck profile for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that someone out there could figure out a deck list where you can OTK your opponent using the gateway burn strategy. But other than that, I'll see you guys on the next video for Edison. Next week there should be a video. There should be a Wildcard Cyclone event, as well as another event in SoCal by Card Addiction. So if you guys want to see go to those events for the weekend, for Saturday and Sunday, and you guys want to have an Edison event, go to those events. I'll be at the Wildcard Cyclone, but not the Card Addiction tournament. So I'll see you guys on the next video, and peace out.